So those were the variations that I played in a song called Baby Please Don't Go, and I had previous lessons on this song, but I had a few requests and, well, in a way justified of tabbing out those variations. I didn't do that. So originally the lesson had only one page of tab, and now it has 2 additional pages with all these variations that I just played. And how to get that tab? Well, please do open the video description. It's all explained there, so I don't have to waste time explaining that here. And that would be boring, by the way. And what I wanted to say once more, well, we're in standard tuning, and let's play what I did to the variation. I'm not going to play everything in before. That is explained in the lessons with the basic arrangement, and you can refer to that. Also, the links to those lessons are in the video description here below. So I'm going to play what is really different from the basic arrangement. And all those variations occur in what I call, well, the instrumental interludes between every sung verse. And you know, that starts with a and so on. That is played between every verse, and it's there that I do the variations. Okay, so the first variation starts at I also indicated that in the tab where in the song, in the performance video, it starts. This starts at the 52nd second, and it's in the tab, so you can refer to that also. I'll play it slowly one more time. No. I was already thinking of something different. Okay, so we start, instead of, originally we did, now we're staying simply in that A7 chord, and Lightnin plays it like this, of course, with a bar, which most people will do. In my case it gives me pain, half bar, so I go to this chord, which is also an A7 with the open G string, which is the same, well, tone as this, the 7th, and well, it sounds also cool. Okay, here we go. And I'm slightly bending that, but not much. I didn't put that in a tab, but it's there. And it's not mandatory, but you can do it. And in the last beat, well, we have a pull-off, which I do with my 2nd finger. And then instead of going that little bit, we're going to the 12th fret 2nd string and the 10th fret 1st string. And it sounds like this. And we're ending that with a slide from the 12th fret down on the 6th string. And well, what is important here, I'm using my 2 fingers, like that, and inevitably your 3rd open string will probably ring, or you should play it very quietly and very carefully, but then it sounds too wimpy, which is not what Lightnin Hopkins style is all about. So I simply raise my 3rd finger a little bit, so it mutes that 3rd string. So we try to avoid it because it doesn't belong there. It clashes. And those little slides. And then we go to our B7. We're walking into the chord. We're sliding into the chord on the 5th string, 2nd fret. And I'm moving my 2nd finger here from the 5th string to the 6th string. You can also do the rap, but when I want to stand out those sounds, then I move the finger, because when you remove it, it's cut short, and if you do the rap, it will ring too long. It's also a choice you have to make, but that's what I do. And in the last beat of that 16th measure we have a little bass run. So it starts on the last beat on the end, and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. And then we have the infamous Lightnin turnaround, and he does a zillion variations on that. And I play mostly of it with my two index and middle finger held together and the nails. Only the first, that is played with it, the bass, the first beat. And then the third beat, where we go to the A6th, that I do with the third finger. Lightnin does it with his index finger, so whatever is comfortable for you, do it. So, okay, then it was a bit out of context, so I'll play it slowly. And I think I do that in the 19th measure first beat, also with index and middle. When we go to the B7, that's something I do also with the temp, that first note. And also in the tap you will see that in that 19th measure I put a tut or a little cross like that, so that the 5th string is not played, but usually I do it with a rap, so you can play that 5th string 2nd fret also, there's no problem there. I'll try to count out that turnaround and do it slowly, but doing it slowly makes it more difficult. So here we are. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So what I also wanted to say, in the second beat of that 18th measure, that little upstroke, I put those numbers, those two open strings, in parentheses because they are very silent. They're not melody notes. You have to experiment a bit and don't be afraid to really whack it. And use the tablature as a guide. You don't have to play all those notes that are there. It's simply those chords is going from that's the important thing. And at last I really mute that, and then we're going back to the verse. Lightnin did a lot of variations. For example, in I think Louisiana blues, he plays like here, something like that. He simply brushes up and down with his index or the two fingers. I think the sound is stronger if you use two fingers than one finger. It's stronger with two. And Lightnin had huge hands, so he probably did it maybe with one finger, I don't know. But he had enormous big hands and strong hands. Okay, another variation of that turnaround is that, and I think that's one of the difficult parts, is here we have a little rest. It sounds into the next beat, and on the end we're going to do that little upbrush, and you can do it so you didn't do that A6, let it ring into the next beat. You didn't do that, you simply did. You get it now. One more time maybe. Okay. Then we have the next variation, which is also a variation of, and that goes like this. I play the full variation, so that's the 4th and the 5th line of the tab. So, again we're going to the 12th and the 10th frets and do that little, but only on the last 2 beats we're going to the 7th and the 8th frets on the 1st and 2nd string. So it's, and a slide down on the 5th string. You can do the 6th string as well, it doesn't matter. And then we're walking again in that B7 chord. And then we do a slide up from 2nd fret to, well, a sort of indefinite place. I indicated the 12th fret in the tablature, but it's not like this. No, it's just, and here, around here, you simply lift your finger and you go to the 12th, 15th fret on the 1st string. And I put a fermata there, little sign, little hat with a dot in between. So you can let it ring as long as you want, but you can also play it without letting it ring. Just like that. And down. And I'll turn around. Or you can also play the 15th fret twice. Okay. And then we have the first solo, which has only the first 5 bars different than the musical interlude, and goes like this. And then you go to, I'll tell you that later. So we're starting with the 12th fret and I'm playing that thumb index. And here we have a pull-off, 12th, 9th and open, and I pick only once with my thumb, like that, and then followed by bass. One more time. And then 3 times. And here you can do, and I think Lightnin does it sometimes, but I do thumb, and for the open E string I use my index. And then we're going down. Let that ring for 2 beats and then we have a hit, or like that, whatever, and a slide down. Okay, that section in context now. And then we're going to the A7. There we've seen before, and that's also a variation. Instead of staying here on the 5th fret, we're going to the 7th and 8th fret. And again that down slide and walking into the B7. And now you have the choice, 3 things. And or you can do that bit, or what is in the original, the basic arrangement. And so on. So I'll play it one more time, slowly. Okay, and then we have finally the last solo, which is a variation of that little bit, and we're playing it. I'll play it first now. So, we're starting at the 7th and 8th fret, 1st, 2nd and 2nd string. We play that with index in the middle. And one for each string. So, I'm not brushing like that, you could do that. And Lightnin was only a 2-finger guitarist, so he only used his index and his thumb. So, he did it, so you can do it too, but do whatever you please and with what you are happy. And we're sliding to the 9th fret, which is the same as here, but gives a different color to the sound. And then we do our, well, we'll let it ring into the next measure, and we hit and you see in the tab that after the X, which is the sign for a hit, I put the open G string in parentheses. I play it sometimes, and sometimes maybe the open D string. It's just a sort of a pickup note, and it's very softly. Yeah. You could also replace that by, for example, an open E string. Why not? And then we do the same thing. And we're sliding fast from the 9th to the 9th fret and going down, which is the same like that here, but again on the 3rd string. Again we have that slap, and then finally we have very fast, well, ghost notes, so to speak. And sliding down, and then and I'll play that with a thumb. Really bending up and down, and you see I use 3 fingers, so that bend will make it much easier than using 1 finger and be very cramped and chancing injury, of course. And then we do our turnaround. And a little ending. So I'm hammering the 2nd fret, but I'm sliding almost. And then a little bend. I didn't indicate that bend in the tablature, so all those people that don't listen to the end of the lesson, they got it wrong. This is fast. And then with the thumb, index, middle, sorry, thumb, middle, index, thumb, middle, index, thumb, middle, index. A very slow hammer. kind of sort of E9 chord, I think. You simply move your third finger to the second fret first string. Grab your normal E7 and you move that finger. Kind of like that chord. And you slow down near the end. Okay, that's it for the lesson on the variations of Baby Please Don't Go. Have fun with it.